Hey kiddos, it's Mrs. Gershon here. We'll go through our next set of questions from March 20th so you can take a look at your work and see how you did. So number 15 says the figure below represents a floor covered with white tiles and gray tiles. You can see that here. You have your white tiles and your gray tiles. You automatically should start to be seeing an array when you look at the white parts and the gray parts. The question says, which expression could be used to find the area in square units of the entire floor? So automatically when I look at the choices, I'm seeing distributive property. They're taking that whole area and they're breaking it up into two different arrays. So what we should automatically be thinking about in this first section, the white section, is how many groups. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 groups with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in each group for our white section. And we know area equals length times width. I boxed area down below because that's an action word for multiplication. So 10 times 7 for the white. And then for the gray, you have 1, 2 groups of 7 also. So when we are putting two areas together, you're thinking 10 times 7 plus 2 times 7. So that's just me doing work ahead of time, and now I'm going to take a peek down below at my choices. So down below, I'm seeing 12 plus 7. We know that's not right because area is length times width, so we can get rid of that one. I do see multiplication and plus, but this would be two arrays of 12 times 7. That's incorrect. We can see that from the picture. Then I have 10 plus 7 and 2 plus 7, which is very close, but again, area is length times width. And then I have my 10 times 7 and plus my 2 times 7. So there's our choice for that. Number 16 says which expression is equivalent to 5 plus 2 times 8. So there's a couple different ways. Honestly, one of the easiest ways to answer this question is to answer all of them and find the one that is equivalent, which is equal. So we know we have to do parentheses first. So 5 plus 2 is 7 times 8. If you don't know 7 times 8, do your 9 lines. That's 56. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to answer each one of these and see which one gets me 56. Parentheses first, 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 2 is 16. When I add that, I actually do get 56. If I made a mistake, I want to go ahead and just answer the rest just to check. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10. That equals 50, so that's out. I have 5 times 2 is 10. 8 times 10 is 80. That's out. Then I have 5 times 8 is 40. 40 times 2, I can box my 0. 4 times 2 is 8. Bring the 8 over. 80, that's, or bring the 0 over. 80, that's out. Oh, sorry. Yep, sorry. So it looks like I kind of crossed out our answer, but this was just an underline from before. I'll get rid of that for you. So you had your 40 plus your 16, which gave you the right answer. Okay, let's go to our next page. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. So it says, which equation is true when the missing number is 7? I'm using 7. I'm looking for an equation. So I'm going to pop 7 into all of these. If you don't know your 7s, it would just be easier if you went ahead and you put your 7s in a 9 lines. As I'm doing right now. So now I have all my options here. So 7 times 7, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 times 7 is 49, not 42. If I put 7 here, 7 times 7 is 49. There's my choice. I can continue on though. 7 times 8 is 56, and 8 times 7, and then 8 times 7, they tried to trick me and give me another answer, but it's still not 48, it's 56. Rounding. A number is rounded to the nearest hundred. The result is 500. Which number could not be the number before it was rounded to the nearest hundred? So they want the one that is not. So I'm going to pull these numbers out. We're going to round. I'm going to do my pull. Find my place. I need to look next door. 5 or more, you will soar. So this is going to soar. All the numbers in the front stay the same. There are no numbers in the front. All the numbers behind 0 is your name. So that rounds to 500. We want to get rid of it because it said could not round to 500. Same for 463. The 6 makes the 4 go up. That rounds to 500. 547. Find your place, look next door. 5 or more, you will soar. It's not 5 or more. 4 or less, let it rest. All the numbers in the front stay the same. All the numbers behind 0 is your name. That rounds to 500. So hopefully this last one, if we did it right, does not round to 500. Find your place, look next door. 5 or more, you will soar. This soars. All the numbers behind 0 is your name. So there's our answer. That one rounded to 600. You could have also put all of your little rounding things right here if you wanted to, just to keep track. That's how you have to work through each of those problems to get to your answer. And our last question, which statement is true? The product of 5 times 2 is even because both of the factors are even. Now let's take a look. 5 times 2 is 10. That's even, so that works. But both of the factors are even. Are both of those numbers even? No, they are not. The product of 4 times 4 is 16. They're saying this is odd. Well, 6 is not an odd number, so that's out. The product of 2 times 7 is 14. They're saying that's even. Yes, it is, because both of the factors are odd. 2 is not an odd number. The product of 5 times 3 is odd because both of the factors are odd. Yes, they are. Product is odd and both factors are odd. So that statement is true. So working through each of those, showing the work, making sure that you're reading the questions slowly and carefully. And you probably noticed that I read most of the questions more than once. I had to go back in and keep thinking about what it was asking me and thinking about, is it true? Is it not true? Which numbers could and could not. They're just those tricky words that are put in that we have to pay attention to while we're working through our problems. I hope this helps. Hope you did well. Hope you're using your strategies in your cubes, and we will see you soon.